time for another episode of Yankee in Transylvania. And this episode is going to be discussing puppy life. I've got Maya here. She is our baby. Such a sweet girl. But I want to take this episode to just kind of talk about dogs in Romania, how things are so different here, and kind of my journey of being a puppy mom, and yeah, the reality of society, stray dogs, all sorts of stuff here. It's quite different, and so I think it's an interesting discussion. So I first noticed when I came to Romania all the stray dogs. Now, that's not a surprise for those from here, but for someone coming from America, it's so strange. Like, we just put dogs as our family members, you know? We really view them as almost equals to human, if some people certainly put them above humans. I know I certainly have put my dogs in my life above most humans, so not gonna lie. But here, they're definitely not seen not as commonly seen as equals or as family members. I don't want to say that's 100% true for everybody, and there's definitely a reality of people that do keep dogs the same way and treat dogs the exact same way as in America. And I'm not saying that people treat dogs bad, it's just they see it differently. There's a serious stray dog issue here in Romania, which is heartbreaking because dogs have been domesticated over the years by humans and bred for certain characteristics that really don't make them survive well on their own. They kind of need humans. And it's just not, it's not ideal, and it's sad. But it is the reality here, and unless government really took a step to do something about it, it's never going to change. We can't help it. We can't just force everyone to take in dogs. We can't take them to shelters because they're going to go nowhere. So here, it's something a little bit different. People typically have dogs outside on chains instead of in their house. Most dogs are just outside 24/7, no matter the weather, but they have dog houses. People feed them and take care of them, but they're not like, they don't run around and play. They don't go for walks. That's not as normal here in the countrysides, especially, I should say. And of course, people that live in the city that have dogs, you'll see them walking their dogs and taking them around and stuff too. You also see a lot of stray dogs, though, especially in the cities, even more so, and that's different. But yeah, it's really different, and it's their way of taking in a dog. It's like, I guess there's the debate: is a hard life on the street, struggling to find shelter, people possibly being mean, abusive to it, possibly getting hit by a car, dealing with other dogs to fight with, struggling to get food. Is that a better life than being stuck on a chain in someone's backyard? Not that both are ideal, but it might be better at least to have a dog that, for one, it's like sort of makes it feel like they're protecting the house, scaring away intruders, and then you're feeding it and taking care of it. I guess, I don't know. It's a weird situation for me, and it's kind of hard to talk about because I love dogs so much, and even though I get that they're doing the best they can, it's still kind of heartbreaking to me, honestly. But I always have loved dogs, and I want them in my life, so that has been part of, well, that was part of the sad thing of leaving America. I had two amazing dogs. Luckily, I know they're still with people there that are loving them very much, and so I don't have to be sad and worried about them, but it still was really heartbreaking to leave America and leave my puppy family even, as well as the humans, But here when I came, everyone knew I loved dogs, so very soon after, his dad had mentioned, "Oh, we have a puppy for you." And it's like, it's only a month old, but we'll get it soon, because it was only a month old. They wanted to wait a little bit longer. It was super, super little. I was a little bit hesitant because I had told myself no more puppies. Puppy phase is stressful. It's not fun. I mean, it's cute. And sure, you can get lucky, but my God, is it stressful. And settling into a new home and a new life, I don't know if I really wanted to deal with puppies, so to speak. I really wanted a little bit of a more chill dog situation, maybe a little bit older, rescuing, even just rescuing a stray. And that's actually the funny part. So, but I should rewind a little bit. Before we had talks of getting our own pets, we had these two couple cute puppies that were running around the neighborhood. Now, we named them Luffy and Zoro from One Piece. And Luffy was the sweetest thing ever. It was ended up being a she, I think, actually. She was so cute, so friendly, and so chill. And she's a perfect, like, house dog, a perfect companion. And it broke my heart with her just being around outside. And so we let her sleep. She slept on our porch. It was really cute. And I started to feed her a little bit. But the other dog, Zorro, was always hanging around too. And he was older and very aggressive. Turns out he's actually bit people, unfortunately, and bit a kid. But he's definitely got a dominant streak, and I'm sure it's not his fault. He's an innocent dog that's stuck on the streets that's just trying to survive. I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, he's an unfixed male dog, and it is what it is. They're gonna have their dominant streak, of course. But we kind of had. We ended up getting the puppy from his dad. That his dad found us though, which, well, had a surprise. So Nami was the puppy knew we were getting, and when he went to pick it up, well, the owner didn't want to break up Nami and Maya here. So we got two dogs when we were only expecting one. At first I was like, no, like I'm not ready for this. At first I was like, oh God, no, God, what the heck? This dog, she seems crazy, she seems hyper. I'm not ready to take care of that dog too. I thought we were just getting a puppy. Oh God, how are we gonna house train two dogs? How are we gonna crate train two dogs? Oh God, what are we gonna do? This is gonna be too much. I mean, I like having two dogs at once because they're playmates, but getting two immediately at the same time kind of freaked me out at first, and I was not really happy about it. Plus, I mean, I was happy because they're cute and they're nice doggies and I want doggies. But at the same time, I was really worried. Because they also had Maya here, the fluffy white one that you met. She was on a chain. And I'm like, if I'm having a dog, I am not having a dog on a chain, or I don't want one. That's not the kind of life I want for my pet. It's not, I'm either no chain or no dog. There's no option for me. That wasn't an option ever in my head. And I wasn't going to be okay with that. So I didn't know what we were going to do, but we had to keep her on the chain at first because there really wasn't, like, there was a fenced in yard, but there wasn't like it wasn't exactly puppy proof. It wasn't exactly puppy proof. So at first we tried to let her just be on the chain for now. She was used to it, but she was freaking out. She was a 6-month-old puppy when we got her, or 4-month-old puppy. I don't know. Still pretty young, you know? And she was going kind of crazy, and I felt really bad for her. And I mean, luckily his dad ended up being super flexible and really helpful in starting to put up other fences, and we were able to, first we just let the dogs out, but they started getting into things that they weren't supposed to, of course, because it became the growing season, agricultural season, and sure enough, they started digging up stuff. So we put up other fences, but it was good. The puppies were able to be in a nice fenced-in, safe yard, and they slept upstairs here. We have let me show. We're upstairs, had a blanket outside. See. Oh, as a kitty runs down. So this was a really nice little spot to kind of have the doggies be able to kind of hang out when like they're not inside hanging out with us or something. But it was it was a bit of a mixture of, sometimes we let, like Maya, when we first had her, immediately she came in and just went in this cute little dog bed that we got, and we let her sleep in there. She was so good. And the other puppy slept outside on the blanket, was super cute and just curled up and happy. But yeah, as things continued, I mean, Nami was the sweetest puppy, not so freaking cute. Maya, very, very chill for all things considered, being a puppy. Nami's crazy though, insane energy, very, 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 very food motivated. The most food motivated dog I've ever met. Though acts like you're starving even when you know that they had plenty of food. Um, super cute though, but there was a lot of stress caused by having these two dogs, right? I mean, that's reality with puppies, which is why I did not want puppies, honestly. To be fair, looking back, I wish, in hindsight, when they said, oh, we have a puppy, I mean, I don't really wish because I love that we ended up with Maya here now and Nami, and I'll talk about that later. But I kind of wish we were like, you know what? No, like, let's just take in the stray dog Luffy. She was chill, she was older, she's a really good dog. So I think what ended up happening was the stray dog Luffy, people down the road really wanted a puppy when they saw our puppies. So Luffy used to come over and hang out and play with the two dogs. And it was super, super cute watching them play together. They had so much fun. But the problem was the other dog, Zoro, hung out too much too. And he was, like I said, aggressive. So I think Luffy ended up getting taken in by someone, which is a good thing. I hope that's the case. I hope that's what we were told. I hope that's what really happened. I hope that's what's still happening. Because she was a sweet, friendly doggy. Right, Maya? Right, Maya? Luffy was a nice puppy. Is a nice puppy. Hopefully somewhere else. Still down the road. I hope that's still the case. As they said, there was a family with kids that wanted a doggy. But anyway, so the doggy situation started to become a lot of bit stressful. It was either, obviously, a young puppy needs to go outside to go to the bathroom quite often. So if we had them inside in the crate or in one of the dog beds, we had to let them out very early, and that was stressful. And then they'd bark. Or if they were outside, they wake up super early and bark. And the barking really, really got to us. Someone is stressed out. Someone is stressed out and barking because Maya, there's a stork on the roof. See, it's over there is Maya. Shh. Shh. Oh my god. Puppies be freaking out with the stork on the roof. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, of course dogs bark. And normally they're inside, so not barking at everything going by, but we kind of have a weird mix of the dogs half being inside, half being outside. And there's a lot of tractors, there's a lot of people walking by, and there's stray dogs. So of course they're gonna bark at other stray dogs, right? I can't blame them for that. I can't be mad at a dog for barking at things going by. But when it's all night long and affecting our sleep, we literally got no sleep. We got no sleep. We would be woken up super, super early. And we went through some different phases of trying different methods to deal with it. We made a like cozy, quiet dog pen in the back that's like a kennel, but pretty big, so plenty of space. Where we put the dogs at night to sleep for the night. Sometimes they barked, sometimes they didn't. Eventually it got to the point where they were barking nonstop. And they got annoyed at the kennel. At first they didn't seem to mind it. And then they started barking constantly and I could still hear it and having trouble sleep. And it was a lot. And the energy levels were fine. I mean, I think the reality is I would love to have the two dog situation is perfect because they play together, but it was just double the crazy. And as much as I want two dogs, so Maya has a playmate here, Nami was just a bit too much for our current living situation. We weren't really ready for that. It was just kind of like, oh, we have a dog. Okay, I guess we're getting a puppy. And I wasn't really ready for that, honestly, yet. And this house is not we live in here. It's not our house. It's his parents' house. And they are constantly having to modify things. And the house is not, it's their house. So they were constantly modifying things to fit our puppy lifestyle. And I felt really bad. And it was too stressful and just not ideal. And I think if we have a plot of land where we're going to be able to build our own house And we'll be able to make that custom with puppies in mind, with kids in mind, with everything in mind, you know? So I think then if we got the puppies then, it would have been fine. There would have been less distractions. We're not right on a road where people are constantly walking by. In the future, we won't be, at least, but now we are. And so I think it was just a bit of bad timing. So we went through a lot of a lot of conversations. You know, we had like little mini fights about like, I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed. And we would get mad at each other a little bit. We didn't want it to affect our relationship. That was the most important part, not letting the puppy situation affect our relationship. And it got to the point, you know, in tears, deciding to find a way to rehome both puppies. Maya, are you supposed to be in there?
Puppy.
Are you supposed to be in there?
Right.
Puppies.
Why? Oh my god. At least it's not wet.
And I didn't know what to do or how to do it. It just wasn't fitting our life at the moment, and I didn't want to neglect the puppies, but I was worried that if we didn't have them, and who's going to have them? Are they going to be stuck on a chain? These poor young puppies that are hyper, are they going to be stuck on a chain? It's not okay for me. It's stressful. It's just not okay for me. And I would have been so worried if I didn't know. But we looked into some options, and in the end, it was kind of like, well, why don't we keep Maya? I mean, why don't we try to see what happens if we just keep Maya? She's way more chill, behaves better, responds a little bit better with the barking, trying to train her anyway. So we're like, yeah, why don't we keep just Maya and see what happens? And I think that was like, yeah, why? We really have to give it a shot with just Maya, because she's a little bit more chill. Like, she behaves better with the barking a little bit. Still kind of crazy. It's a work in progress still, let's be honest. But we wanted to give at least Maya a shot and see how she was on her own without the other dog around. But we didn't want Nami just to go anywhere like and not know. But luckily enough, we were able to rehome Nami with our aunt up the road. So his mom's sister lives right up the road, and she's alone in a house. She doesn't like to be alone in a house. She likes having a dog there. And she has Nami to keep her company, to bark and keep the scary people away. Not that it's too bad here, but that's about the only like crime situation to worry about is really theft, I guess. And she has had issue before with someone coming into her house. And so now she feels safer, and she's got Nami. So now I don't have to worry that Nami is off with some bad people. That I know Nami is with someone that's part of the family. And so I don't feel like I abandoned or gave up on a puppy who was just a normal puppy, an innocent puppy. But at least we could live a little bit less stressed, just taking care of Maya for now. And yeah, maybe in the future we'll have 2 dogs again when we have our own house where they get to play and everything is set up with that in mind. And I don't know, maybe. But and it's such a weird circle of events, because I have the regret of like, oh, I wish we kept Luffy. Luffy was such a cool dog. I would have taken in Luffy. But then if all that happened, we wouldn't have amazing little Maya, and we do love her so much. She stresses us out a little bit, but no puppy's perfect, I'm sure. We're here with Maya. She went through a bit of a I don't even know. Well, negative series of events. I don't know. Unfortunate series of events, right, Maya? What do you think? She's still sick. No, don't you bite your tail. But yeah, she like bit through her tail, and not bit through it, but not that bad. But it was pretty nasty. And we took her to the vet. And okay, she's not biting her tail, just her body. What are you doing? We took her to the vet for her really nasty tail because she chewed through it from something that irritated her, apparently. And after that, we gave her this Bravecto that was for 3 months. and it was too strong for her belly, and she stopped eating. For like almost 3 days, she didn't eat a thing. So we had to take her back to the vet. They gave her some nutrients and tummy pills, and she's finally getting her appetite back, and she's getting her personality back. She's kind of annoyed at us humans right now. She keeps wanting to like go in the other room and be alone and just quiet, but I have to watch her to make sure she's not biting her tail, or I have to put the cone on her head. So I think she'd rather us hang out with us, right, Maya? Puppy life, man. I don't know. But yeah, she's silly. She was really, really sick. It was actually kind of crazy. She went from not eating anything to eating a bug. I don't know. But she's doing better, and she's got her personality coming back. She barely moved. She was so tired. But she's a really good girl. Hey, Maya. You're a beautiful girl. Poor Boppy. So everything is going good in puppy world, and yeah, that was a little bit of a long-winded conversation, but overall, I think I was just really worried that my vision of a life full of dogs is just not going to work in Romania because of the way things are here. But in the end, I think it's okay. I think we'll be able to have our life full of puppies, especially when we get our future house, and that'll be just fine. Puppies with babies is the greatest thing. A dog growing up with a kid and then be best friends and watch out for each other. It's a really good thing. Teaching the kid responsibility, taking care for the dogs, it's a good thing. Stuff like that. I really want that in my life. So luckily we have, so far at this point of the story, we have Maya in our lives, and she's a really, really sweet, wonderful puppy.
She's definitely still a puppy, though. Super cute and playful. She loves to play tug of war with some of her toys. Sometimes cleaning or doing other things gets a little bit complicated, like trying to clean the fur off the bed. Instead, we clean the fur off the puppy. But this obviously turned into a little cute semi-play session. Like, well, let's just brush her fur. So cute, though. Good girl, hyper girl. Gotta exercise her also. Definitely needs it. She's been able to do pretty good with playing with like a tug of war toy or tossing the ball outside when it's not super gross. It's been raining and snowy though. But she's been adorable and super funny. Gotta love it. Puppies, right? And we had a kitty come over. This was, well, Kitty. It's his mom and dad's kitty. Mommy and Tati. Kitty, she's brave, sort of. A little bit scared here. This was their first interaction, her coming up the stairs. But Maya did such a good job. It wasn't too bad, though. She got really hyper at first. And then, well, barked a little, but only tiny barks. But then she was so good with Kitty. Kitty got a little bit more brave and comfortable here and there, and would eventually wander upstairs here and there as well. But the funny part is, it was Kitty that was more the aggressor. Kitty was the one coming toward Maya. Maya would actually go away from Kitty when she got closer most of the time and just lay down. It was actually quite a cute series of interactions. So let me play this little clip here for a second.
The kitty's trying to come in here right by Maya. And I can see Maya's face in the mirror. It's so hilarious. Good girl, Maya. It's okay. Stay. Maya, you're such a good girl. I'm so proud of you. Hi, kitty. Kitty, you're the one coming in here. Maya's being a good girl. She's backing away. Maya, very good girl. Yes, I know. Kitty's growling. She's being a jerk. But she's cute. Bravo, Maya.
And yeah, I guess that was kind of how it played out over the next day or two. And then Kitty went back home. But it was pretty cute trying to see Maya attempt to see what the kitty was up to. But she ended up being a little bit more scared of the cat than the cat scared of the dog, I think. Maya's like, nope. But we love Maya. She's our sweetheart. Great puppy. And I'm really, really glad that everything worked out the way it has. She's a love bug. She cuddles with us. She sleeps like a human. And we wouldn't have it any other way. But there's our puppy life update for now. I'll be sure to have more clips in the future. But for now, we'll see you in the next video.